We often talk about chapel being at the heart of Radley, and at the heart of the sound in chapel is the organ. In 2021, we installed this fabulous new instrument you can see behind me as part of the redevelopment of the chapel. This short film will explore the extraordinary impact that organ has had on the sound of the boys singing in hymns, in the choir, and indeed on the individual organists who learn the organ here at Radley College.
The new Nicholson organ, completed in 2021, has been a huge boost to both our organ studies at Radley and also to the enjoyment of the boys singing in chapel. The clever thing about the organ is the way they managed to fit such a large amount of organ into the space in the centre of the gallery, and they did this partly by reusing the old organ chamber for pedal stops. As a result, we were able to fit in a substantial three-manual instrument. It was quite a difficult design brief because this organ has to be able to accompany a single chorister singing a solo, but also provide enough welly and enough support for the whole school singing one of their favourite hymns. The boys' congregational singing has really benefited, but so have the individual organ students as well. And one of the great benefits of this has been the number of boys choosing to study the organ. We offered some trial organ lessons at the beginning of this year and were overwhelmed with the number of boys who asked to sign up. We also offer a sixth form organ scholarship, the Bastion Organ Scholarship, which has been a very successful way of preparing boys for university organ scholarships. One of the former holders of the scholarship is currently at Magdalen College, Oxford, as organ scholar. And two sixth form boys, the current organ scholar and one of his colleagues, have offers from Cambridge for next year.
So I started studying the organ when I first arrived at Radley. This was in 2017. The opportunities that Radley presents are quite plentiful from a sort of organist development perspective. There were lots of opportunities for me to accompany the choir, playing for chapel services, which has really helped put me in the position where I am today, where I can play for services with confidence. So while I was at Radley, we had a new three-manual Nicholson organ installed in 2021, replacing the old Hill, Norman and Beard instrument. This was a huge jump in organ opportunity for me and for others at the college. The new organ is much more capable of accompanying the full chapel congregation, much more diverse colours.
Playing this instrument, it's really lovely. It's got all the sounds that you could really ask for. It's got very specific colours and it's a really great learning tool, and it also gets very loud. It's really lovely to play on.
It's just amazing to fill up the whole chapel with the sound, and you can feel the sound surrounding you because it's obviously like there, back there and all around.
So I decided, possibly a little bit late in the game, sort of just at the start of my 6-2 year, that actually playing the organ possibly was the career path that I want to go down, at least for now. And the music department was very helpful in helping me apply for and finding cathedral organ scholarships. So I decided to take a gap year to do a cathedral placement. I was at St Edmundsbury Cathedral in Suffolk for a year.
So I started 2 and a bit years ago when this organ was finished. And yeah, I saw this organ and I was like, yep, time to start learning. And I sort of persuaded you into learning the organ, didn't I?
So I started briefly after him, after being up in the organ loft so much. And so yeah, I've been playing with this new instrument my whole time for these 2 years.
I'll be going to Trinity Hall, Cambridge to study for a degree in maths, and as an organ scholar there, I'll have 2 services a week to accompany the choir there.
I'm going to study in Selwyn, Cambridge to study music, and there I'll be accompanying 3 to 4 services a week. I've been offered to start my gap year in Portsmouth Cathedral and Grammar School next year to, as an organ scholar before I join Selwyn in 2025.
The robust romantic voicing of the main choruses on the organ has been a big part of supporting congregational singing here. And the main chorus on the grate is voiced on a fairly generous scale, something which we asked for and which Nicholson's very much enjoyed providing for us. The swell, on the other hand, is very effective because whilst the reeds are devastating in their impact, even at the far end of the chapel, the swell box is extremely effective and seals very tightly so that you can get a genuine crescendo from the quietest to the loudest. This gives me the opportunity to get the boys very excited before the final verse of a hymn, and some of their favourite numbers have never sounded as good as they do with the new organ.
It's nothing quite like the feeling of 750 slightly raucous teenagers screaming out the top notes of hymns behind you as you're giving the organ everything it's got and you're still being drowned out by a chorus of Radleyans.
We are hugely proud of the achievements of the organists that you have heard talk in this short film. If you'd like to explore more about the organ here, or even hear it, do get in touch. We are really excited about the opportunities and the future for organists at Radley College.